Oh, Chantal, you had such a nice little walk day at the mall, and then this, and then this. I don't even know what to say.
Hi. So, I'm gonna have lunch with you guys and talk about my most recent weigh-in, which I will show you, don't worry. So for lunch,
Why didn't you take your ground beef, fry it up with like some onions, and make some rice, preferably brown rice, which in order to prepare the brown rice, you do have to put it through a blender, otherwise it's not going to absorb the water as well. But you could have created your mixture to stuff into your bell peppers. And each one of those was a complete meal. That's how I make stuffed bell peppers. Okay?
I'm having a tuna sandwich. I always put a whole can of tuna. I eat a whole can.
Why?
And a green pepper cut up. I'm starting to really like them.
Why in the world would you eat a whole can of tuna? Because you're acting like that's the only thing in your sandwich. Your tuna mixture includes mayonnaise and mustard and probably some dill. Those are some fat ass sandwiches. And you could have made your sandwich like that, but taken one half of it, wrapped it in cellophane for later, for your next meal. You could have done that.
Because I have so many to go through, I want to show you my weigh-in here. Beauty Bite, you need to eat your veggies, guys. Tuna. I gave you some. She's trying to get more tuna. I shared some with you. I made my whole sandwich and realized I didn't save her any before mixing the sauce.
You are not supposed to give straight up canned tuna to cats, Chantal. Feed her some goddamn cat food, please.
So I opened up another can of tuna, gave her some, put that in the fridge. Now, I mixed my tuna with a bit of light mayo, yellow mustard, dill, pepper, onion, garlic powder, and hot sauce.
And hot
So,
sauce.
I'm extremely elated to share with you that my weigh-in was 159.5 kgs. My weigh-in at the doctor was 166.6. The last time I weighed in on camera, last week, I was 161 point something. Now I'm 159.5.
Okay, so when you say you've lost 15 pounds, what was your start date on that, and what was your starting weight on that?
So I started being really serious about, or consistent, not serious, being consistent with the way I've been eating and, what I've been doing, which I'll get to in a sec. Documenting in a journal, too, what I'm eating, and it's been kind of helping, I get to plan my meals. I would say just the video right before the shrimp platter was when I was starting to be more consistent and, binge-free completely. So I think that was around the time. So it's been about a week or just over a little bit.
Is it a food journal or an appointment book? Because if it's a food journal, you don't need to be like, I'm hanging out with Salal at the park at this time, and then I'm going to go to a barbecue. What kind of barbecue? Are you barbecuing? Like, what incarnation are you even doing with that journal?
Of a week. I've been journaling what I'm eating. I plan my day. what I'm gonna eat. I don't count calories.
Or if you are a fatso, like I don't need you to like talk about anything regarding calories or weight loss. The only way to lose weight is to have a calorie deficit. I don't need to hear anything from you. Shut.
Not really. The only calories I've counted were.
The thing is, that if this is really like the goal right now is to show us your progress and your plan and so on and so forth, you should not be entering your life appointments in the same journal. That doesn't make any sense. And like, how old school are you and Amber Lynn that you don't have a calendar on your freaking phone? Like, this is all for show, basically, right? This is all for show. Because nobody does that anymore. Except for, like, boomers.
For those chicken strips, which I've been eating almost every day. I know I said they were for Salah, but I've discovered that I can still eat them in moderation and still lose weight. I've been eating like 3 meals and a snack. And usually the snack is like fruit, nuts, and dates. I love raw cashews with dates. A huge salad with some cheese. So I eat like a pretty big breakfast, which this is what I had for breakfast today.
That's so gross, dude. That is so gross that that's what your breakfast looks like. You can't just have like a bowl of cornflakes with like some chopped up strawberries or some sliced banana on it. You can't have some oatmeal, like a small portion of oatmeal. Like, why are you trying to recreate a British breakfast? It's, if you want us to follow your weight loss journey, then stop making it so goddamn ridiculous that we all have criticisms.
Just like a mixed plate of things. I love just having a variety of things in every meal to keep myself very satiated. Usually my lunch is a little bit later because I have such a big breakfast, but then I have dinner, and I find that meals that have a bit of everything, vegetable, good carbs, protein, and fats, which I guess would be the mayo in this case, but I could have added a bit of cheese on the side or something like that.
Wow.
I don't have a very strict...
She seriously thinks that this is the example of a healthy lunch. When she overloaded those sandwiches, she's got a full can of tuna just for her, and didn't even save some for her cat, right? Which is not good for the cat either. And is eating what looks like 2 bell peppers chopped up. Fine, if you want to eat bell peppers that way, that's your choice. It's not what I would have done with the bell peppers. But okay, you do you. Both of these meals are already putting you way ahead of what you should consume in a single day. So I don't know what you're going to have for dinner, but holy crap at this point.
Regime.
Man, no fucking shit.
I'm just trying to not binge eat, and I find that I don't get the cravings as much to binge eat. Yesterday,
the RN said that you have to be diagnosed with binge eating disorder. So you need to stop acting like you're a medical professional and talking about this like you know what you're doing, because you're not being treated for whatever disorder you think you have. So at this point, all you're telling us is that you're overeating.
what's pretty bad, it comes and goes. But if I keep myself satiated, that's like the big word that is most important. Yeah. You have to eat well-rounded meals, and you have to be sure you're eating enough. And every few hours in order to keep the binge urges away. I've been going out for the past few days anyway, and walking a couple of hours every day. Walking around, and I don't notice that I'm really doing it as much because I've been going places where you have to walk a lot, but at the same time you're doing something entertaining, like going to a mall. So it's really just about going back to basics. You know, like I had a craving the other night for like chocolate chip cookies really bad. So I had two with some tea, and that was enough, you know?
It was too much. You supposedly are a diabetic with a high blood sugar problem, right? So you should not be eating sweets, period. Yet you've got a plate of sweets in your living room that you say Salah is eating, when in fact we all know that that's you. Because you've been so dishonest with us about this entire journey. And now you're saying you had 2 cookies. In a couple of seconds you're going to tell us it was actually 4. So it was probably half of the container at least. I don't know why you're doing this to yourself. You're literally killing yourself.
So I'm going to weigh myself every Monday, but I'm also looking at non-scale victories because weight can fluctuate for many reasons. You could have inflammation in your body at the time, like the blue top I wore in my video, like yesterday felt a lot more large. By the way, I forgot to say in my vlog about the mall, if you haven't watched that video, check it out. I do like 2 hours of walking at like a beautiful mall. And it's pretty interesting if you're interested in seeing what kind of malls they have here in the Middle East and Kuwait. The weekends here in Kuwait.
I sincerely hope it was 2 hours of walking. And I do appreciate that you addressed my questions about that video in the weekend schedule.
Are considered to be Friday and Saturday. So Sunday is considered a weekday. So when we went to the mall, it was on Sunday yesterday, but it was technically a weekday. It was a weekday. So it wasn't busy. I purposely try to avoid crowds. They make me anxious, you know, with my anxiety. And I like it when you're filming, especially, it's good to have nobody around because you can feel more free, you know. This bread is soft. I don't have chips, but if I did, I would have a small handful.
Sure, Jan.
With the sandwich, no problem. If you eat the entire bag, that's when it's a problem. You know, honestly, moderation is the key.
Did you look at like anything that you were portioning out for serving sizes, calories, what sort of nutritional value they have, what's in them, and whether or not that fits with your goals, your fitness goals? Because it sounds like you got some very basic instructions. I got a whole sheet of instructions on how to boost my potassium of various foods that they want me to eat. And so, you know, when you're telling us that, well, he said to have a handful of rice, are you interpreting that as cooked or uncooked? Why didn't he give you a very specific measurement, like 1 cup? 1 cup of cooked rice. You know, why wasn't your doctor giving you very specific measurements? Because I can tell you the stuff I got from my doctor was much more specific than that.
To everything in life.
Shut the up or get out of here. She's so annoying.
Or temperance is what they, like the official word for it. I have attempted things many times, but I honestly feel the most optimistic this time because just seeing my stamina get to a new level and the consistency motivates me every day. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, so that's...
Well, I did say that you were building your endurance, so Good luck with that bullshit. I've got to get ready for my next doctor appointment.